it's one of my favorite things to talk about money, because indifferently is that when you increase your standard of living, you can increase your standard of giving. But if you're constantly buying things, that you really don't need, you know.
Cringe every time. I mean, you help people make a lot more money than they've ever made in their life, and a lot of them haven't made that before, and I think a lot of them do dumb stuff with their money. What advice do you get to people making money, make better decisions spending it?
Yeah, it makes me sad when I see people come into money or wealth. They don't respect money, and everybody has a right to do what they want, but I respect money. And there's certain things, maybe my diet, the way I eat, I shop at Whole Foods. There's things that, maybe I'm not shopping at Sam's Club, and that's one of the things I splurge in. But, I don't fly first class. I just feel like, it's a short flight. Even if it's a 5-hour flight, I'd rather save the $500 and invest it. Maybe it's social media advertising. Maybe it's something that you want to do, a gift. Maybe it's college funding. But to me, I know millionaires that don't drive luxurious cars. I know millionaires that really save. And I think a lot of people, when they come into money, I like them to live a very conservative lifestyle until they have, a pattern of years where they've had this income. And you got to respect that things change. Your industry can change. Circumstances can change. And I just think it's very important to respect money.
Hey, is that the middle seat millionaire?
The middle seat millionaire. I sit in the middle seat. Believe me, I sit in the middle seat. That's one thing I got to do is respect money better. Sometimes I book my flights last minute, which you really get taken over the whack by doing that.
People think if you make more money, then you're rich, but a lot of rich people, or seemingly rich people, that don't, because you spend what you make. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I find when people start making money, they spend what they make. So even if their income doubles, what's happening is they go out and buy a boat or a nicer car or a bigger house, and instead of spending that and allowing that to compound, most people have a hard time saving, and they have stuff. They have, they want the things in life, and they don't have the retirement that they want. And that's why the majority of people when megabucks are broke. But the majority of people that haven't come into money, then they come into money, they lose it. They lose it because they don't know how to manage it. So they have all these things, they have no savings. They have no savings. And I love talking about money. It's one of my favorite things to talk about money, because indifferently is that when you increase your standard of living, you can increase your standard of giving. But if you're constantly buying things, that you really don't need, there's some things you want to have some fun with, but I really think people need to start saving money and paying off their debt and working towards their retirement and investing their money into things instead of all these expensive meals and expensive toys and things that they don't need, Allow your efforts to compound for a while. Invest it in real estate. Invest it in the right investments that can give you more of a return. But people just blow their money on stupid stuff. And flying first class is really one of the stupidest things that you can do. It's like there's a seat back there. It's a little smaller, and you can take that money and save it. I mean, one flight is probably $500 more. I'll take that $500 every day and save that money. It's you get a good deal on a first class. Okay, fine. Maybe it's your honeymoon, but even then, if it's your honeymoon, what kind of money do you make? I mean, you're still getting to the same place in a little bit of a smaller seat. It doesn't make sense to me. Everyone is just trying to impress the Joneses. You got to save your money, guys. And I don't even like the word saving. I like storing your money, because you're taking that money, and when you store it, when you have it, you're storing your money so you can put it somewhere else that brings you a better return. I mean, think about one flight on first class is it's the most useless thing in the world, right? And there's things all like that. People just spend. So.
All right, hey, what do you say to the guy who's got $50 million that's like, screw this guy, I'm flying wherever I want?
Yeah, that guy that has $50 million is probably going to go to $60 million, $70 million. Not that he can't go back, but he's probably going to go a lot higher.
He probably didn't get to 50 flying first class.
Yeah. He probably didn't get to 55 in first class. Not at all. That's different. That's a lot different. I just find that the average American, when they go from $40,000 a year to $100,000 a year, or they go from $100,000 a year to $400,000 or $500,000 a year, that's 1 year. Okay, save your money and use that word, because you guys use that word, store it. Store your money. Store your money for investment. Store your money for your retirement planning. Store your money for something going wrong with your house or a car or a child that may need that. Store your money. Be smart. Respect money, because the thing that people don't respect, they don't respect their time. And time shrinks. You know, as you get older, time is more important than money. And when you come into money, if you haven't made money over time, okay, you can't get that time back into your life. So you need to store your money for future things that are around the corner that you might want to take advantage of. What if this huge investment that you have to take advantage of because you spent everything you made? It's crazy. I find people, they make money and they buy a huge car and a huge house, and you know what? Now they have no savings. They have no savings because they're spending everything they make, as opposed to somebody that stays in the same type of house, drives the same type of cars, does a little bit of upgrade, but has money. He's storing money for future investments, and he's going to make a lot more money than another person who disrespected money. Don't disrespect money. Respect money. Respect it.